and welcome. I'm Ankit Tuteja and you are watching Tech It Out. This week, we speak with HTech CEO Madhav Sheth, who shares with us how new technologies can help redefine the smartphone experience. We show you a robot that you can swallow, and we tell you about China-developed AI apps that are helping students do their homework. Let's get started. The mobile industry is becoming increasingly competitive. Companies are innovating to gain a strong foothold in the industry. HTech is one such company that is trying to make the most of emerging tech trends. In an exclusive interview with WION, HTech CEO Madhav Sheth shares with us exciting insights on the changing mobile trends.
I want to disrupt this industry and make India more self-reliant.
The smartphone industry is getting bigger and better. New trends continue to shape the entire ecosystem, but there's still a lot more that remains unexplored. WION meets HTech CEO Madhav Sheth, who is a credible name in the mobile industry, to understand how existing mobile technologies can be improved to make user experience better and how HTech plans to innovate. Let's first hear from Sheth what makes HTech stand out in the crowded mobile space.
It's disruptive ways of doing business which is in line with the government's vision of having a global brand with a 100% Indian connection.
Talking of disruption, how can we not talk about AI, the latest trend in the smartphone industry? Phone makers are jumping on the AI bandwagon to market their products, but are they really succeeding in building compelling use cases for the people?
AI is similar to the war of megapixel back in 2018, where everybody used to fight the war of megapixel from 12 to 108 to 200 megapixel. It's a similar thing what is happening with AI at this point of time. While I believe AI is been over-abused and overused by the brands as a more of a marketing jargon rather than being useful for the consumers. So the real consumer use cases will be seen over a period of time. But as per what I think about AI is, there are 4 levels of integration which are required in AI. One is from the OS to OS, which is how can there be an interportability between devices of different OS put together, how AI will help into doing that. That is a base layer. Then it comes to the platform layer, how it can be integrated towards the platform, and that's where the AI would be the core aspect to it. Then it comes to the app level, where how the app will be using the platform and the core to make sure that probably the consumers get a better app experience into AI. And last is the UI UX. So all these 4 put together will be able to give a better experience to the consumers. In simple terminology, for the consumers, when they have to use lesser number of apps and they can get more things done, I think that would be the AI for the future for the consumers.
AI is one trend that is gaining popularity, but there is another innovation that is picking up in the smartphone industry. We're talking about foldable phones. But are these phones with flexible screens actually the future of smartphones? Or are they yet another tech toy for the rich?
It's for the affluent consumers who are willing to spend. And that's what I see as a lifestyle change, not as a need of an hour for the consumers to upgrade to this particular foldable devices.
So, when can we get to see affordable foldable phones, especially in the price-sensitive markets like India? After all, the success of any new technology depends on mass adoption.
I don't see anywhere coming before 2025, 2026. But you can see definitely a flip phones going less than around $500 to $700 very soon, but not the fold phones. Fold phones might be still around 70, 80,000 or 90,000 rupees, because as I said, it's all about economies of scale, and I don't see anywhere coming closer before 25 and 26.
When it comes to smartphones, the camera is an integral part of the phone for most users. What can be done in the camera department to enhance the mobile photography experience?
I think the integration of AI with different sort of lenses on the phone itself, replacing the real lenses on the digital cameras, will change the entire game of a smartphone in the camera segment.
How can the smartphone industry push the battery technology to the next level?
I see Honor has done a lot of R&Ds on the batteries. If you see with Honor X9, our last two products what we have launched, Honor is focused on two aspects. One is display and one is battery. While you are talking about the battery at this point of time, having a 6000 approximately milliamp hour battery at a 7.988 mm slim phone is something which is a real innovation. So I think that is where the new R&Ds will be going forward, that how we can have a bigger batteries and how we can have a slimmer phones. And that's what Honor has been focusing on at this point of time. With Honor 200 series, what we are supposed to launch, you will see a completely new generation of batteries coming into picture, which are more durable and more long lasting.
But that's not all. Honor has a focus on the display technology as well.
Displays is something where we spend majority of our day into it. So with Honor 90, we have launched this PWM dimming technology, which is the highest in the industry. There's a less flicker rate, which means that probably it is safer for your eyes, and that is what Honor has been working on. Apart from it, how can display be not only safer but also more durable, because that's another aspect where the consumers buy a new phone. The first thing what they want to put is the display guard and the phone guard. How can we replace that, and they can use and flaunt the designs and they can use the display without having fear of getting it broken. So I think that is what Honor has been focusing on.
Along with hardware features, security is also of paramount importance for Honor.
We would definitely be looking forward for a more stringent data protection laws for the consumers, more transparent laws where consumers are able to understand how they are sharing the data.
Madhav Sheth has a clear vision and a strategic plan to take HTech to newer heights.
As a HTech, we try to set a benchmark of setting new standards in the industry of ways of doing business in India with a 100% domicile company with a foreign technology coming into it. How can I expand this further into local manufacturing? That would be my first objective going forward. Second objective would be to launch new products to the consumers. We are launching Honor 200 Pro very soon, which is going to be next one in the Indian market.
As technologies continue to evolve, it will be interesting to see how HTech manages to innovate and adapt to stay ahead of the curve in the Indian smartphone market.
There is going to be a huge shift in this industry. There needs to be a change, because probably from Japan to China, China to India, India will become a technology hub in next 10 years.
On Tech It Out, we keep sharing with you what all robots can do. They can cook for you, play with you, and can even look after you. And in a breakthrough development, there is now a robot that you can swallow. This is not a joke. Watch it for yourself to believe it.
Millions of people worldwide require medical checkups at some point in their lives. Imagine undergoing a crucial medical procedure right from the comfort of your own home. Well, this could be a reality. Thanks to an innovative tiny robot, the process could become much simpler and less invasive. Meet Pillbot, a groundbreaking device that is set to revolutionize how gastrointestinal examinations take place. Developed by the California-based medical tech company Indiatix, Pillbot is a swallowable robot designed to enhance internal health data collection. This tiny marvel is roughly the size of a large vitamin pill. It comes equipped with miniature cameras, sensors, and wireless communication features. Unlike traditional endoscopy, Pillbot offers a less invasive alternative and transmits high-resolution video to doctors' devices in real time. The live video feed is relayed wirelessly to a computer or mobile device, providing an in-depth view of the patient's digestive system. Currently, a doctor needs to manage its movements. Using a handheld game controller, doctors can steer the Pillbot through the digestive tract. Note that the robot is powered by a tiny battery sufficient to complete its mission and transmit data back to the doctor. An important question here is, would it be safe to consume what is said to be an ingestible robot? Understand that when it comes to safety, the PillBot's components are packed in a biocompatible shell. This makes it safe for patients to ingest it. PillBot is seen as a disruptive technology that could potentially eliminate the need for hospital visits. It promises to make diagnostics far more convenient and accessible. As per its makers, these robotic pills are on the brink of entering the market. PillBot is currently undergoing clinical trials. It is expected to be launched commercially after a review by the United States Food and Drug Administration. PillBot's creators foresee future versions of the microbot to include AI-guided autonomous capabilities.
In this story, we introduce you to a game-changing innovation that can give hope to those affected by epilepsy. We get you more details in this report.
Would you like to try using a stamp?
You can, but I don't think it wipes off.
Oren Olsen was just 3 years old when his life changed. Diagnosed with a rare treatment-resistant form of epilepsy, he'd have 300 seizures a day. He fell, shook, lost consciousness, and even stopped breathing, requiring emergency medication.
Resuscitating your child is traumatic and frightening, and the loss of his normal childhood and the loss of the ability to be able to do the things that other children, his peers, could do has been devastating.
In 10 years, not a day went by without a seizure. That happened until Oren became the first patient in the UK to trial a new form of treatment. He is also the first child in the world to be fitted with a brain implant to control epileptic seizures. It took 7 hours for neurosurgeons at London's Great Ormond Street Hospital to fit this brain implant.
So these are x-rays of Oren's skull, and what they show is the generator, which is this part here.
As we know, epilepsy seizures are caused by sudden bursts of electrical activity in the brain. A rechargeable device has been placed into Oren's skull. It sends electric signals into his brain and has reportedly reduced Oren's daytime seizures by 80%. 6 months after surgery, this is the result.
Oren is starting to re-emerge. I feel like I'm getting my child back a little bit by bit. It's going to take time. But for the first time in 10 years, we actually have hope.
Deep brain stimulation has been tried before, but with a device fitted in the chest and wires running up to the brain. It's hoped this implant in the skull will reduce complications and infection risk.
I'm sure that this will become a game changer. If we're able to bring this treatment in and make it available to more children, that really has an opportunity to revolutionise their lives and to allow them to get their childhood back.
Students have been using AI tools to learn and complete assignments for quite some time. And now new AI-powered apps are helping students with independent study. Watch this story for more details.
Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing various sectors across the globe. And education is no exception. American students are now turning to AI-enabled educational apps. Why? To complete their homework. What's more interesting is the fact that Chinese-developed education apps are leading the way in this segment. This year, from February to May, Chinese apps like Question.ai and Goth were among the top 3 free educational apps in the United States. Using generative AI, these educational apps provide information and solutions on a lot of subjects, such as science, engineering, maths, economics, physics, chemistry, and literature. These apps are free to use for basic purposes. They, however, cost a certain fee for additional functions. Their simplicity is what makes them popular. In other words, these apps are really easy to use. Students have to click a photo of their homework problem, and the apps automatically generate solutions to the query. That's not all. These apps also provide a detailed step-by-step guide and explanation. The popularity of these Chinese apps comes amid the ongoing China-US battle over TikTok. Short-form video platform TikTok faces the risk of getting banned in the United States unless its parent company ByteDance divests in its US operations. While these AI-powered Chinese apps are quite popular in the US market, monetization remains a major challenge for them. While education apps are gaining popularity across the globe, they are unlikely to replace traditional learning methods in the near future. What do you think?
Let's look at the tech trends that dominated the 2024 World Intelligence Expo. Here is more.
The 2024 World Intelligence Expo recently concluded in Tianjin, a city located in North China. Tech companies showcased their latest robotic products and cutting-edge innovations at the event. Co-organized by the people's governments of the Tianjin and Chongqing municipalities, the Expo witnessed participation from more than 550 enterprises and organizations.
This is actually our first time here participating in this exhibition, and it's an honor for us to be here. And we want to participate right now in the very first minute of that new business, because China is very, very supportive and helps us a lot in that market as well. That is a reason why we are looking for a Chinese place to find our facility or a place for our facility, and to produce all the equipment and also do the development in China.
This year, there was a wide range of products on display at the 2024 World Intelligence Expo. Look at these mini robots playing soccer. Not only can they walk, kick and pass the ball around, they can also identify the ball and other robots on the football pitch. There's more. Visitors at the event were treated to a hot cup of coffee brewed by a robot barista.
Generally, some visitors will say that the coffee is better than when humans make it, maybe because they feel like it's purer.
Another cool attraction at the expo was flying vehicles. This is one of them. Developed by China, the autonomous aircraft can carry a maximum weight of 620 kilograms. It's capable of covering a 30-kilometer point-to-point flying distance and can fly up to 25 minutes. The expo not only offered an opportunity to learn about China's advancements in AI, but also served as a starting point for new collaborations.
The exhibition is organized at a high level. I've learned that artificial intelligence is already used everywhere in China, especially in mechanical manufacturing and medicine. I really like it. I think this is the future of humanity. I think China is one of the leading countries in the world in this field. So we are happy to participate in the expo, and we will learn and gain experience in the AI field from China to implement it in Uzbekistan.
OpenAI has delayed ChatGPT's new voice mode. Robots can now be built with living human-like skin. The week gone by was buzzing with a lot of interesting tech developments, and we bring you the most important ones in a tech wrap.
ChatGPT maker OpenAI is delaying the release of its voice mode feature by a month to July because of technical issues. The company had originally planned to roll out the realistic voice conversation experience to a small group of ChatGPT Plus users in late June. The feature will initially be released to a small group of users to gather feedback. It will be made available to all Plus users later. The new audio capabilities will enable users to speak to ChatGPT and obtain real-time responses without delay. Users will also be able to interrupt ChatGPT while it is speaking, both hallmarks of realistic conversations that AI voice assistants have found challenging. Some of the world's major music labels are suing music generation services Suno and Udio. They have accused the startups of violating the copyrights of top artists to train their generative AI engines without permission. Sony Music Entertainment, Warner Records, Capitol Records and others, who have filed the copyright infringement suits in federal courts in Boston and New York, are seeking damages of up to $150,000 per song or shares of the company's profits. Breaching ownership rights of people's artistic creations to train generative AI models has been a flashpoint as the technology races to become more capable and ultimately more profitable. In yet another development that might widen the tech gap between the US and China, the Biden administration is investigating China Mobile, China Telecom and China Unicom due to concerns that they could provide American data to Beijing. These companies still have a small presence in the United States. For example, they provide cloud services and route wholesale US internet traffic. That gives them access to Americans' data even after telecom regulators barred them from providing telephone and retail internet services in the United States. The investigation is the latest effort by Washington to prevent Beijing from exploiting Chinese firms' access to US data. It shows the administration is trying to shut down all remaining avenues for Chinese companies to obtain US data. In a scientific breakthrough, Japanese scientists have found a way to attach artificially created living skin to robot faces for more realistic smiles and facial expressions. According to a team of researchers at Tokyo University, this innovation comes from copying tissue structures in people. Look at this. Currently, the prototype looks more like gummy candies than human skin. Nevertheless, researchers say it paves the way for making realistic and moving humanoid robots with self-healing skin that will not easily rip or tear. The artificial skin is made in the lab using living cells. It's reported that the robot's skin is soft like real skin and can repair itself if cut. But the question remains, will this human-inspired skin of robots itch or sweat? According to its researchers, that's not possible yet, as the skin still lacks some of the functions and durability of real skin. Sweating and itching are complex physiological processes that involve nerves, blood vessels, and glands in the skin, which aren't included in the current design of artificial skin.
Well, that's all we have for you in this episode of Tech It Out. We will continue to bring you exciting inventions and updates on the latest gadgets. I will be back soon. Until then, keep watching WION World is One. And yes, don't forget to follow us on social media. For now, it's me, Ankit Tuteja, signing off.